a.k.a. sports coverage of the NBA playoffs leads us to Game 4 of this year's NBA Finals. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team taking on the Brooklyn Nets. Hi, everyone. Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, you look at the Clippers coming into play. They lead this final series 2-1 with a chance to get a step closer to the title here at home in Game 4.
And this has been a back-and-forth seesaw kind of series. It's had a little bit of everything now. But I think Game 4 is where the rubber starts to meet the road. This is where the intensity really starts to pick up, and I think we'll see that tonight.
To Towns, down low. Off the mark. To Griffin. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Blake Griffin trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 68%. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. It's LA Clippers ball. George against Harden. To Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And hits the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. To Irving. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Leonard to George. DeAndre Jordan tips it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Durant across the timeline. We're just underway in game number 4. Beverly into the front court. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Karl Anthony Towns missed his first. That one goes. It's Brooklyn's ball. Irving to Jordan. The jumper's off the mark. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Paul George. Finish that. To Griffin. And the Clippers have the rebound. Over to the right side. Paul George to Leonard. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard. Add 2 points to the board.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Jordan and George able to gobble up the rebound. Leonard to Millsap. Nice pass to get things going.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Nets have the basketball. Harden to Durant. And the rebound taken down by the Clippers. Towns goes to the left side. And they call it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Harden with it up top. Down 4. Irving buries it on the catch and shoot. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
And the two. Counted for Aldridge.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Runner here. Won't go down. Harden into the front court. Leads one. Durant to Irving. Lets it fly from long range. Kyrie Irving is going to get 3 shots here. A career 87% from the line. Knocks down the first. Second and 3 is good. Hits all 3 free throws. LA Clippers with the basketball. Kawhi Leonard, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Harden in possession. 2-point advantage. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
LaMarcus Aldridge sends it away. Clippers recover. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Paul Millsap. To Durant. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Beverly. They get it down for Towns. Short jumper off the mark. To Aldridge. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
Come on, DJ. Give the people what they want. I want that for my screensaver.
Beverly to Millsap. Leonard. His first effort off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Millsap. Kawhi Leonard guarded by LaMarcus Aldridge. To George. LA with 4 to shoot. Leonard. Textbook defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Leonard. George. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. To Aldridge. He throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Beverly. A pass stolen by the Nets. To Irving. Can't connect. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. 4 out of 7.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Millsap. Leonard. And a chance coming up at the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Dinwiddie into the front court. The lead is 12. Durant to Jordan. Doesn't get the bounce. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly. Kevin Durant swats it. Kevin Durant able to recover with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Dinwiddie. Jordan. Clippers have got it. To Beverly. Can't miss those. To Durant. Jordan. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Beverly into the front court. Down a dozen. To Leonard. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. To Irving. And it's Beverly there to grab the rebound. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
JaVale McGee. To Leonard. To Paul George. Has a chance with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Nets have it. To Aldridge. Shot won't go. Beverly into the front court. Margins 8. Slams it down.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. Looking good. 4 for 5.
Old school equals high percentage.
To George. Driving right to the basket. George to the basket, but it won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Dinwiddie into the front court. Up by 6. Fires the 3. And it's Leonard there to clear the rebound. To Paul George. Strong finish for Paul George. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
To Dinwiddie. 4-3. And McGee there for the rebound. Beverly into the front court, trailing by 4. Won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
To George. Curling inside, LaMarcus Aldridge pins it.
Just incredible timing.
McGee punching it home with the putback slam.
JaVale has such a good nose around the basket until he doesn't.
What are you saying there, Jay?
It's 50-50 sometimes.
Well, hopefully it's half glass full in this regard. It's LA Clippers ball. To Leonard. Paul George fires. Paul George. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Aldridge to Dinwiddie. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Paul George. A pass stolen by the Nets. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Shoot. Let me see that dance, boy. Let me see it.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. DeAndre Jordan sends it away. Out of bounds. Last touch by DeAndre Jordan. The pass set it all up.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Brooklyn's got it. To Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. He's now 5 for 6.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
No, I missed a short one there. We're 1 quarter down in Game 4. Jay and I are back after this. You're watching the 2020 NBA Finals, and it's on EA Sports. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
And when both teams are playing at this level, It just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Patrick Beverly has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First one, counted. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To Aldridge. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. It's the Clippers with the possession now. To Leonard. Jared Allen with a piece.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Cashes in for 2.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Kawhi Leonard here against LaMarcus Aldridge. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Harden. 5 seconds to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. He misses. To Leonard. Couple of cracks at the line now.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Kawhi Leonard at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Misses the first. Oh, he missed them both. Dinwiddie with the basketball. Leads 3. Count the basket at the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Rondo against Harden. To Leonard. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Brooklyn with the basketball. Fires the 3. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Leonard. To Beverly. Short jumper misses.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Hart with the basketball. Leads 1. Griffin to Harden. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Leonard. Great feed, sets it up. It goes down.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than it was defense.
To Harden. For 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. To Griffin. Big finish at the rim.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
Leonard to Beverly. Here's Leonard for two. Not that time.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Rondo with the basketball. Down 4. From the painted area, won't go down. To Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. 3 for 3 in this first half.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
And he finishes at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Leonard. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. James Harden at the controls. To Griffin. Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Harden in possession. Up 6. Durant to Griffin from long range. And the Clippers with the rebound. To Beverly. It was right there. To Harden. Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Kawhi Leonard. Jumper's good.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Irving. Harden. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Kawhi Leonard, tough matchup against Durant. Short jumper off the mark. Griffin to Durant. Jordan to Durant. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Here's Leonard for 2. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Durant with the basketball up top. They lead it. 4-point game. To Jordan. Over to the right side. Griffin. That no good. Off the mark. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Leonard. The drive. Right to the basket. And he'll head to the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Kawhi Leonard. Couple of free throws on the way. He's struggled so far. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. And look out.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Leonard. To Griffin. And the finish. Slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Irving. Kyrie Irving. 2 of 4 now.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Beverly, they'll get it down to Leonard. Slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
The pass taken away by the Clippers. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Beverly, down low George. Strong finish for Paul George.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Griffin. Terrific hustle. Ball stays in play. Slam dunk.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Kyrie across the timeline. Lead is 2. Going to launch beyond the arc. Taurean Prince is going to get a chance at 3 here for his career 82%. And he connects on the first free throw. Hits the second. One more coming. Three for 3. Nice.
Oh, I see you've been working out, huh? I got balls.
Leonard to Millsap. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Kawhi Leonard has got 2 shots coming. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. It's Brooklyn's ball. Irving. Probing the defense. Shot from in close, no good. Beverly into the front court. They're down 3. Jared Allen. Huge block. That's out. Last touch by Jared Allen. Time to shuffle things up. Millsap. Kevin Durant rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Gets to the basket and scores.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Paul George. Kevin Durant with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Kyrie Irving for two, just off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
To Harden. To Durant. Beyond the arc for three. That's how you defend. Beverly into the front court. 5-point game. To Leonard. Jared Allen snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
He gets it.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Beverly into the front court. His guys should be able to get the final shot. Kawhi Leonard. Deep two there, won't go. Deep three at the buzzer. We've reached halftime here in Game 4. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Brooklyn Nets. The Clippers are within striking distance at the half. And while they may be down, it's not for a lack of effort. They deserve some respect for how well they've generated scoring with their offensive rebounding. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Steals.
We might be enjoying these first half highlights of steals, but I'm sure the coaches won't be in the next film session. Neither of these teams have been consistently able to maintain control of the basketball.
Player of the half.
DeAndre Jordan and his court IQ were on display as he delivered the ball, putting his teammates in a position to score the basketball. His timing was impeccable. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Kyrie with the rock. To Griffin. Here's a chance from long range. Yeah, Blake Griffin, good on the quick release for three. Simply put, can you build a franchise around Blake Griffin right now?
No, not right now. I think he's starting to get to the latter part of his career. I think he could be a key cog in a championship team, but just not the main guy.
To Leonard. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. George, he engulfed him that time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
So much about passing is about the pace of the pass. Sometimes you need to dart the pass through the gap. Other times you need to have a feathery touch where you can loft the ball up for your player to dunk the ball. That pace is everything in this game.
DeAndre Jordan tips it. Nets have the basketball. Kevin Durant, consistent effort. He's at 50%. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
George. DeAndre Jordan sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Blake Griffin matched up with the former Wildcat. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. Count the basket inside.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Irving to Griffin. Can't connect from in close. Beverly into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. Karl Anthony Towns. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Griffin to Irving. Lets it fly from long range. He was all over him. George matched up with Harden. Runners good there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
KD with the rock. To Griffin. Scary sight. DeAndre Jordan with the putback slam.
That's a DJ we all know and love.
A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. To Harden. And the 2 for Blake Griffin.
Shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Curling inside.
Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Kyrie Irving. He's 3 for 7.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
DeAndre Jordan swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Durant against George. To Harden. And destroys the rim. That's what DeAndre Jordan does.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Millsap to Leonard. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Now it's Harden at the controls. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Harden with it up top. The lead is 11. To Jordan. From the painted area, won't go down. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. George. And the rebound comes to Durant. Nothing going here on that drive. To Harden. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender did.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. To Durant. Flushes it home.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Knocks down the first. Two for two on that trip. Kevin Durant with the rock. To Jordan. Shot from the lane won't go. Leonard to Millsap. Nothing going here on that drive. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
And the basket good at the rim.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
To Beverly. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. Down low, Aldridge. Throws it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
George, no good. To Griffin. Stuffs it down with authority.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Clippers have the basketball. To Beverly. They get it to George, down low, off the assist.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
Dinwiddie into the front court. The lead is 15. Fires the three, and the rebound grabbed by the Clippers. Driving right to the basket. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Jerome Robinson at the line. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Dinwiddie with the basketball. The advantage is 13 points. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. Now ready to shoot at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Patrick Beverly at the line for 2 shots, shooting 75% so far tonight. First one, count it.
Oh, yeah, get your money, man.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. To Dinwiddie. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Beverly into the front court. Trailing by 14. Rondo matched up with Aldridge. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper won't fall.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Patrick Beverly able to recover with the block. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Durant. Kevin Durant, 4 out of 7.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Paul George. No good. To Durant. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
It's L.A. Clippers ball. George, defended by Kevin Durant. Strong finish for Paul George. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
No good.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Durant. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. To Beverly. Patrick Beverly. Not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Harden into the front court. His guys leading by 14. To Griffin. 4-3. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First free throw is good.
You know that's easy. They can't guard you.
Knocks down the second free throw. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Leonard to George. To the rim. Lays it up and in. Here's Irving into the front court. His guys up by 15. Drives, but his shot won't go down. Leonard to Paul George. Trying to cash in. It's good.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
And slams it down. Big finish for Aldridge.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
George guarded by LaMarcus Aldridge. To Leonard. Shot clock winding down. Blake Griffin pins it. The shot clock expires. Nets have it. Irving to Durant. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And he stuffs it down. Desperation shot here from half court. 3 quarters complete. It's been all net so far. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And not a whole lot you could do in this situation other than give it your best shot.
And players don't like to hear this, Ed, but the reality of the matter is this is a character-building opportunity. Yes, you may lose this game, but that does not mean that you do not fight each and every possession.
Irving. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Beverly. down for McGee. Off the assist.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Into the front court, it's Irving. His team on top by 13. To Harden. The drive, right to the basket. James Harden. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
JaVale McGee to Beverly. To George. Short jumper off the mark. To Irving. Griffin. Fires the 3. Not that time. He missed it. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Harden. Rises for the slam.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Beverly to Paul George. Got it.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Here's Harden with the rock. To Griffin. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. That is great vision to set it up. Patrick Beverly lays it in.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
It's George with the rebound. Beverly into the front court. Trailing by 15. Has a chance. Rondo off the mark.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Beverly into the front court. Down by 15. Knocked loose. Beverly. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and 1.
Costa Koufos at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. History not on his side. 58% from the line. Free throw try off the mark. To Irving. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Kyrie Irving trying to cash in on the 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw's good. Add 1 more to the total. This game feels out of reach. It's the Clippers with the possession now to Millsap. takes stock of the floor. Beverly to George. To Beverly. Here comes the screen. Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Harden in possession. They lead it by 14. Not done yet. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Beverly to Millsap. LaMarcus Aldridge sends it away. New blood coming in for both sides. Millsap. To Leonard. Trying to cash in. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there. Durant across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Millsap. Leonard. Down low Towns. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Karl-Anthony Towns at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Off the mark at the line. Irving with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Durant. Harden to Jordan. Down low. Able to convert inside.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. DeAndre Jordan with a piece.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Kyrie Irving. With that, he's 5 for 9. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
He was hacked. They let it go. Beverly into the front court. Down a bundle. DeAndre Jordan. Huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And draws contact. So, it's Griffin going to the line for 2.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
And he connects on the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Beverly to Millsap. Paul Millsap. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Durant to Griffin. To Durant. Griffin. Now to Jordan, down low. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
LA Clippers with the basketball. A pass stolen by the Nets. Kawhi Leonard rejects it.
Continuous effort is the key for your team's success. No one this entire ball game has quit on a play. That right there, that's what's going to help your team win this game.
Irving the rebound. Durant. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Beverly into the front court. His guys down big. And the rebound taken by Griffin. To Jordan. To Irving. To Beverly. George. To Beverly. Fine to shoot. Shot by Millsap won't go. Oh, and a putback.
Yo, I'm telling you, that's a highlight waiting to happen.
Harden with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Kyrie Irving, couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Clippers have the basketball to Towns. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Paul Millsap trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 73%. And he missed the free throw. To Harden. Has a look. The shot no good by Harden. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Paul George to Millsap. Baseline drive. Kevin Durant with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Harden against George. Irving. Can't go down. Smothering defense. To Paul George. Beverly. To Leonard. For three.
That'll be a winning formula in overtime every time. Answer a 2 on one end with a 3 on the other. Ed, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think a 3 is more than a 2, correct?
That is great math, my friend. Durant to Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on a defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither.
All right.
George. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
And stuffs it home.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Brooklyn's got it. Harden to Irving. Griffin to Irving. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Oh, pass stolen by the Nets.
That's all she wrote. Dribble it out.
And a two. Counted at the rim for DeAndre Jordan.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Kawhi Leonard has got 2 shots coming. Numbers not bad, could be better. 70% in this game. First try, no good.
Got this.
Knocks down the second after missing the first. Kevin Durant has it. To Jordan. Not that time. Sizing up the defense. Kevin Durant snatching it out of the air. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. Millsap. And he's going to the line to shoot 2.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Karl Anthony Towns at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Harden to Griffin. From long range. Missed it, and the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Here's Leonard for 2. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Brooklyn with the basketball. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. Hits the late 3 at the buzzer, but it's not going to be enough. This game is all over. It's the Nets who are victorious. They've seized control of the 7-game series as they run out to a 3-1 lead. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. It wasn't surprising to see this team get the win. They did a great job of letting the fundamentals of basketball be the key to success. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Brooklyn Nets. The Clippers just couldn't close this one out. They did a great job with their ball movement, forcing the defense to constantly make adjustments. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the win. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Assists.
You can tell both of these teams feel very comfortable in their offensive systems. There was plenty of great playmaking in this contest.
Player of the game.
DeAndre Jordan seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again, he kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.